NBA hoops action. Glad you all could join us. This is Brian Anderson. Coach Stan Van Gundy, Hall of Famer Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce round out our broadcast crew for this one. And, of course, Alec Burks. Well, without his presence, they'll have to overcome the absence.
It might not have been the trade that breaks the internet, but still, this guy was key for this team, someone they could rely on. The coaches are trying to figure out ways to replace his production. And, yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
Tatum with a steal. We've had this one circled on our calendars. Two great teams with stars leading the way, Grant.
Oh, B.A., tonight is what the NBA is all about. Elite teams with top-end talent. And that's given this game almost a playoff feel.
To the inside. And finished off by Tatum.
Exploding off the floor. Give Tatum room, and he will show off his athleticism at your expense.
And it's Caruso penetrating. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, phenomenal hustle. He has a knack for those boards.
Man, he is tenacious when that ball goes up. Hero, no good. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Now here's Klingon. On the wing, Thompson. Shot clock at 5. Excellent D there from Hero. A long-limb 6'5" guard, Grant. Talk about what DeJounte Murray brings to the table.
Oh, man, defense, defense, defense. I mean, he's led the league in steals, B.A. And Murray is really good at disrupting the point of attack, making things hard on the opposing ball handler.
They grab their own miss. Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, what a save by Giannis. He should always be crashing the offensive glass like this.
Hero for 3. Connects from downtown.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Pass to Klingon. On target from range.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. So both teams making some changes here. The Timberwolves trail. Now Murray. Checking his numbers, he's put up a little over 9 points a game. Inside, Jordan hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
If the possession ends with a shot in close, you've done something right.
Pass to Thompson. And here's Black. The 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And Black wants to keep getting better as a shooter. Draining shots like this will certainly help his confidence.
Now Jordan. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist. Jordan's got his second basket on the night.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
To the paint. Here's Tice. Over Jordan. Again, Philadelphia.
Well, Caruso is a very solid passer. He's able to recognize where there are gaps in the defensive cover.
Okogie on the wing. He drops it from range.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. I brought up Giannis Antetokounmpo and how effective a scorer he is, and coach told me, well, when he gets into the lane, he's very tough to guard. For us, it's about forcing him into longer and ideally contested jumpers. That's what I want us to do. We'll see if they're able to accomplish this. Guys, back to you.
And Allie, thank you for that. Here's Tatum. Tice grabs the miss.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
I mean, the size and athleticism of Giannis, arguably without precedent, an incredibly prolific finisher.
Offline with a baseline jumper.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking. Wow, Giannis, that is ridiculous.
And the foul on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul. Dunn right side. Driving inside. The putback. Here's Jordan. Ooh, he's looking comfortable now. 3 for 3.
Not afraid at all to get physical. Jordan finds the shot. So essential for a big to be able to work through contact.
And Chris Dunn gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. The Timberwolves making a switch here. 20 seconds left in the first quarter.
Oh, Hunter slamming it.
Timberwolves trail by 6. Dunn outside. Pass to Hero. Fires from deep. Gets the 3-ball to go. Hero's got 6.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the 76ers.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on it.
And from the jump, they've also clearly been focused on running effective plays here tonight. And there's been a lot of high-quality distribution from them on the floor.
Pass to Hendricks. From downtown. And Tyler Hero hits from deep. Hero's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
And he is so good from deep. Hero puts up high percentages on high volume.
He took the opportunity when he saw it.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Pass to Gobert. 5 on the clock. And so the ball out of bounds. Hero touched it last. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. It's a 3-point game. Left side, Strus. And he dunks it down.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there. Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
4-3. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. Strus has got 8.
Well, it took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
Hero. It's hauled in by the Sixers.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
Outside Jones. Pass to Hendricks. Jones sets a screen. The 3. Strus grabs the miss.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Back to Achua. Here's Carter. He's guarded by Hero. And it's slammed in by Carter.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flows.
Out of bounds. It'll be Philadelphia's ball. And for Tyler Hero, people immediately think of the shooting, but there's much more to his game, Coach.
Yeah, B.A., look, he's much improved as a playmaker. As a rookie, he only averaged about 2 assists. But last year, I think he was over 5, and he gives a consistent effort at the defensive end of the floor.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you so much. Jason Tatum keeping the main thing. He said there are players that get caught up in the lifestyle, and they choose that over the game. The money is a plus, yes, but I truly love the game because I love basketball, not for the things that come with it. Back over to you.
You'd love to hear it. Allie, thanks very much for the report.
When you're trying to cut into a lead, you can't afford that kind of mistake.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
Reddish misses. Timberwolves trail by 10. Here's Murray. Ooh, nothing falling for them right now. Philadelphia with the ball. 10-point lead. This is their biggest of the game. On the wing, Tatum. Giving them some good production. Putting up just around 16.5 points a game.
And they're ahead right now because they're working so hard on the glass.
Yeah, they're winning the possession battle, and that's often what decides games in the NBA.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Now here's Murray. Still without a bucket. Hey, Tatum getting it done inside.
Well, look, Tatum has the length and strength to do damage in there.
Thompson outside. Pass to Black. Fires it. Doesn't go for him.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert. But that time, he just couldn't get it done.
Jordan, the screen. Now Tatum, defended by Thompson. Down low. They kick it out to Murray. Outside Jones. It's Shamet on the wing. They kick it out to Murray. Shoots over Caruso. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Murray's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, that can be a tough range, but Murray made it look routine.
Caruso outside. And he goes in for the dunk.
Oh, yeah. Caruso has major spring to his game.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. And we've got 28 seconds left in the first half. Here's Murray. Pass to Shamet. Lets the three fly. Another miss by Minnesota. Thompson outside. Here's Black. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers ending the quarter up 10. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Timberwolves trail by 10. And Grant, this defense of the Timberwolves, one of the league's stingiest.
Well, if you look up and down their lineup, not many weak links for opponents to target. And then, of course, you've got 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, on that back line. BA, they're tough.
Thompson right side. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
Flying high, Ausar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
Pass to Shaman. There's the three. Clinging with the block. Howard down after the assist led him to the lane.
Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
It shows you're able to attack the rim from any position.
Coach, I've heard you say one of the most frustrating things to watch is a team that beats itself.
Yeah, B.A., I think one of the things is before you can win, you got to make sure you don't lose. And when you're doing things like turning the ball over or fouling needlessly, those are probably the two biggest areas. Those are beat-yourself types of stats, and it's hard to get away with those at the highest level.
Pass to Tatum. Here's Gobert. And Gobert flushes it home.
Yeah, Gobert making good on the threat of his height and length. Just hammering it down.
Caruso, the open look. The rebound by the Timberwolves.
Well, that one didn't fall, but otherwise they've been excellent shooting the ball to start this half.
Murray for three. And Clingan pulls it down. The Sixers lead by 8. Antetokounmpo for three. Doesn't drop. He's 4 for 5.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Takes a three. They get the rebound. Outside Jones. To the middle. Oh, swiped away. It's tipped. Ooh, stolen by Murray. Outside Jones. Pass to Murray. Fast break. Here comes Philadelphia. Tipped. On the wing, Caruso. And DeJounte Murray is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Antetokounmpo inside. And Giannis throws it down.
You could see that coming. Giannis not to be denied, especially at the rim.
Stan, when you talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo, would you say he's one of the most unguardable players ever?
Well, BA certainly got to be in the conversation. Besides maybe Wemby, we haven't seen anyone like Giannis when it comes to length and those long strides especially. Plus, he has that strength, too.
Thompson outside. And he banks in the layup. Thompson's gotten 4 this quarter.
Good work down low. I mean, I like how confident Thompson is from this area.
Here's Shamet on the take. Here's Gobert. Outside Tatum. 6 on the shot clock. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Substitution on the court.
A minute 58 left in the third quarter. Stolen by Hero. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks a lot, guys. This season, new broadcasting deals are kicking in for the NBA. Commissioner Silver said we dramatically increased the number of primetime broadcast exposures to a level almost unthinkable from my early days in the league. In fact, the NBA is now set for basically nightly national broadcasts. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks for the update.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Back to Reddish. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. And the 76ers lead by 10. kicks it to Hero. Fires the three. Rebound by the 76ers.
And it's amazing. Their slim advantage on the board seems a lot larger than it is.
Left side of Chua. Shot clock at 6. Back to Reddish. Second chance shot. Count it. And now a 12-point Philadelphia lead.
That's a fantastic feed right there. Kicking it out for the good look. Plays like this really help team chemistry.
Hero for 3. And that one goes. He's now recorded his 5th bucket in 8 tries.
I know Hero prefers to strike from the top of the key, but he's dangerous in the corner as well.
Pass to Reddish. The 3 is up. He buries it from 3. Reddish has got 8 here in this quarter. And so it's Philadelphia going into the break up 12. They hold a real solid lead right now. Love their approach tonight. All right, we'll get back. And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. The Sixers lead by 12. Mitchell with the ball. Pass to Strus. Fires for 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
The defense was just nowhere to be found, and because of that, he adds to their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
Knocks down the long J.
He hit 3 triples in the first half, 3 more since. That's nothing to shrug at.
And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
Well, I love how they're attacking the rim. That will usually force defenses to collapse and open up a lot of outside shots.
And you have to talk about the passing, too. I mean, the ball has been zipping around on the offense, and they've kept the extra pass mentality the whole way. And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Carter on the wing. From outside the arc. They get it again. With the fadeaway. And another miss by Philadelphia. Timberwolves trail by 13. Done with it. Picked up by Reddish. Hero right side. Inside. Here's Jordan. Uses the glass on the layup.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Both teams will make substitutions. And Chris Finch has called timeout. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. They took a laid-back approach to the huddle, telling the team everyone thinks this game is over, so just go out there and let it rip. Let's see what we can do. And I think the players love that message.
Appreciate the report, Allie. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Timberwolves trail by 13. Left side, Tatum. Launches it. Tatum drills the 3.
Oh, boy. Tatum has ways to hurt you from every area on the floor.
Outside Reddish. Philadelphia moving it around. From deep, Strus. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. Strus has got 6 here in the quarter. Pass to Shaman. Here's Okogie. And again, it's Minnesota with a three.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
That's all.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that is the easy points for him at the rim.
And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
And the 76ers with some changes.
Substitution on the court.
Antetokounmpo surveys. 5 to shoot. And he gets it from 15.
And Antetokounmpo continues to hone his jumper. Those 2 points are the result of his hard work.
That one's in there.
Well, the screen is what gave him space to make his move.
Grant, wouldn't be a bad idea here to slow it down.
Yeah, coach is definitely looking for patience and execution.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Tatum with a steal. And now the T-Wolves on the break. Oh, ho, ho! That's a man on a mission right there.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal, then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
And so Murray will bring it up for Minnesota. 6-point game. And he gets the jumper to fall.
You know, I think Murray is at his best when he's unselfish, looking to create for others. .107 left in the game.
Beyond the arc. Oh, it misses. And here's Minnesota now. Outside Gobert. And they double up Gobert. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And here's Caruso. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now Klingon. Thompson outside. 4 on the clock. The 3 is off.
He may have had too much time to think about it.
Here's Gobert. Rebounded by Antetokounmpo. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead, but time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
Now here's Murray. And so it's Philadelphia with the W. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them. They had to dig deep to come out on top.
Yeah, you know, some teams might buckle under the pressure towards the end. The crowd was